That's the sound of money. You wanna know what sound of money is? That's it. Ching, 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 ching. Ching, 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 ching. I had 20-some homes at that time. Started that when I was in college. And it was funny, my mom actually said, you need to buy a rental property and make money. And I looked at her like, you're nuts. I have no money. I'm in college. I have no job. I mean, you know how it is. You work a little part-time job, whatever. I'm like, you're nuts. I said, are you going to help me? And they go, nope. And I said, well, how's this going to work? And she said, well, you'll figure it out.
We're going along with that.
Here we are at the laundromat. Basically what we got here is the furnace not working. And you can tell in this mess. Here are the customers. Basically what we had, and it's running right now, but what we had is this induction motor froze up, and so I got it freed up and it's working, but at any time it could go back out. So we're going to change it out with a good one, and we're going to make this a spare, so if that ever happens again, I'm going to cover this all back up and it'll be good to go. So that is the project at the moment for the laundromat, this laundromat. Like I said, I got 3 of them. This is just one of them. And you can see that flashing number up there, that's actually a remote. That's what it's set at. That's the remote temperature, and that's what the temperature is back in this back room. It does a combination between those two, average, and then... Big lesson real quick is you can't have anything left in a laundromat. You can't have the thermostat out there. You can't have light switches out there. They would mess with them. People just get bored. They take it. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but they do it all the time. So when I take you out there, I'll show you some of that stuff, how bulletproof it is. I mean, we even have a prison toilet because they can't tear it up. And I mean, like some of those videos, I mean, it's just amazing what people do. And so you can't be naive. You have to build it like a prison. You got to build it strong as hell. And you notice we built this wall. It's double walled so that nobody can get through it. And that wall goes all the way across, you know, and then there's the change machine on this side. We got steel doors, we got concrete block walls. I mean, it was basically like a prison in here. Built that so that it's insulated and everything. It's double walled. We have a walkway up above. And all your vents, when you vent a laundromat, it all has to go out separate from your intake. Now this was what was here when we bought the place. You just cut holes in this wall and put these screens. That's another project. We're going to change this out and put in power louvers so that they're stronger and more adequate, and get rid of this. You see that walkway up there I built? You go way up there. But this all had to be built. Basically what we had in here was a false ceiling about yay high. And you can kind of see it on the wall there where the paint line is. There was a false ceiling which was totally a fire hazard. Then they put bad insulation above, which was horrible. And then they just had this flimsy wall over here. You really got to insulate them. I mean, if you look, we did spray foam around all the cooling lines for the AC. Well, this hasn't been covered up yet, but
It's colder back here. I'd say it's probably like 30 degrees back here, and it's 66 in there. And so we seal it up. I mean, we don't mess around. We seal up along the ceiling there. So that's what you got to do. Just another look at it. Come back in here. This room isn't even finished yet. What this is a bathroom. It just isn't done yet. Slop sink for washing, the mop buckets and that. And then this is all the breakers. This place has 480, 3-phase coming in here. It's some serious power. There's more panels down here. A lot of the place is still the way we got it. You can see they had a false ceiling and an office in here. It used to be a chicken restaurant. And all this is going to get gutted and redone, and we're going to do something different over here. There's a water heater, which this place doesn't have an on-demand. It has a boiler and then has a tank. The softener we took out because you can't soften laundromat water. It'd be nice to soften laundromat water, but if I did, I would literally have suds this high all over the place. I mean, people would throw so much soap in these machines, it's insane. Joke that you could probably wash another 20 loads in a machine after a customer leaves and probably still not have to put soap in. People use too much soap. It's amazing. So I sell soap, so I'm happy about it. But I also have to clean up these machines, so that really sucks for me. But just part of customers. Okay. Fan in here spins, sucks all your combustion air, and then it pumps it out through this pipe here, out to outside. Now, if this isn't working, you'll never have the furnace light up. It's just the way it is. There's actually a sensor, and it's right here, and it basically senses the suction that this thing has. And if it doesn't have enough, that doesn't trip, and you don't get a spark. And if you don't get a spark, you don't get gas, and you don't get any heat. Well, to explain what happened in this laundromat, when and I don't know if it still looks like it anymore, but this thing basically also builds up condensation in this pipe. And there's actually a tube here that comes out. And the condensation actually got jammed up in here, and what it did is it built up in this furnace. There's a plastic housing in here, and when I took the induction motor off, I could see a line in here. So basically this water built up to here and probably sat for months, because it happened in the summertime when the air conditioning. And there's a bearing on the other side of this. This motor has two bearings, one in here and one out here. And that bearing was seized up. I mean, you couldn't turn it. So we had to free it up. Now I got it freed up and I got it running. And it's running real good. But I don't want to take a chance in the middle of winter having the heat go. Alright, so we got our new one unpacked. We're just going to slide her in. It's already got a gasket on here and everything, so I don't do anything with that. You hear that? That's the sound of money. You wanna know what the sound of money is? That's it. Ching, 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 ching. Ching, 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 ching. I love that sound. Oh, she dropped a quarter. Did you hear that? I heard it. Now we gotta put the little guy back on. more money. Just made more money. See, most of the time when this is happening, I'm at home sleeping. So it's kind of nice to hear it. Just making money. Money, the money. This chick's giving me a lot of money. That was $1. She put $1 in. What's cool is when they put a 20 in. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. All right, now we got it. Man, he's not happy. Alright, we're gonna get it open all over. I don't know why I'm fighting this today so much. Wow. And the old one had 3. This one has 4. It's got a dead, but it's just a conversion. So you just plug it in like it hooks up. Gonna go to 3. This plugs in there. That plugs in there. I like to tuck stuff out of the way. I don't know why this is so bad, but it is. Let's make sure all those wires are hooked up to something. There's wire nuts and everything. Now this is another one of those vent tubes. And it goes way down in here, something stupid. Oh, there she goes. And she runs a lot quieter. So right now it's sucking the air out. This thing's tripped, so it's telling it to get that little guy to light up. Let's see if she lights up. Oh, there we go. Now we're gonna get gas. You're gonna hear the gas valve click. Come on. You're gonna hear the gas valve click. There we go. Now, the next sensor is gonna be over here. That's a flame sensor. It's sensing there's flame in there, and if it doesn't sense that, it'll shut the gas on. But gas is still running, so it senses that. Sometimes I get it's satisfied with all that, then the blower will kick back on. There we go. That's how easy it is to fix a furnace. Huh? Not bad.